Hi, welcome to this episode of the weekly magazine. My name's Costas.
I'm Chris.
Great show today.
Is it? You say that every week.
Yeah. Right, couple of things.
Competition last week.
Competition last week,
It was a book and it was an anagram and the answer was...
Stars of Magic.
Stars of Magic, well done. If you got that right, there was quite a few who did.
Would you like to pick out
Well, I
the
would,
winner?
but I can never read your writing, but I'll give it a go.
I can read it for you.
Okay. And the winner is...
Brian William King Fur.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well done, Brian. Get in touch and there will be a prize on its way to you. Well done. So this week we're sticking with the anagram, but it's not a book, it's a trick. That's the only clue that we're going to give you.
That's what we're going to give you. Twitching teases.
Twitching teases. Okay, so that's the anagram and it is a trick. That is all that we're going to say. So, what we're going to have a look at this week then, mate?
We are going to have a look at Multitude by Vincent Hedan.
The Changeling, there was a big buzz about this at and after Blackpool by Marc Lavelle and Titanus Magic Productions.
And Hare Raising Hats.
Blast from the past. If you are a family entertainer, if you work at restaurants, if you do anything like that where there's children when you're doing close and magic, you are going to love this. It's Hare Raising Hats by Paul Hallas. And also we're going to give, for people who weren't at Blackpool, a sneaky preview of one of our new releases. It's Horoscope by some bloke who I've never heard of, okay, Chris Congreave. Okay, so we'll be having a little look at that and you'll be seeing the live performance of that as well.
And we've got an announcement.
We have our next lecture booked in and it is...
John Allen.
John Allen. Now the other trick everybody was really raving about at Blackpool was Paragon.
Yeah.
Okay, so John Allen, the creator of Paragon, will be doing a lecture on the 22nd.
22nd of April. Entrance price is £15.
15 quid. But not only are you getting a lecture, not only do you get to taste Costas' coffee, but
we'll have refreshments and stuff like that. We will have a draw halfway through.
Yes.
So everyone that attends will be entered into a draw to win some really good prizes.
Some John Allen products.
Yeah. And also one of the things that he will be going into very much detail,
yes,
if that's a correct sentence, is Paragon. He's going to go into full detail.
If you haven't seen Paragon yet, have a look at it online. It's really cool. There was loads of people, like I say, everybody was buying it at Blackpool. I think John did really well with it. So he'll be doing some real work on that as well.
And the great thing about John Allen's lecture as well, he goes into the whys. Now, he not only shows you and explains an effect, he goes into the why, the logic of why he did this and all that kind of stuff, rather than just teaching, showing and explaining.
So how can people book to get in then, mate?
There's going to have an events thing on the MagicTao Facebook page.
Yes.
Where you can just tag yourself as attending.
Yes.
You can send us an email telling us that you're going to attend. Send me a message on Facebook or go onto the MagicTao page and just say...
Or pop in and see us.
Or pop in and see us, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, right, well, on with the show then.
Absolutely. Right, at Blackpool we released 5 effects, but none of them have actually been released to the mass market yet. We are going to show you a live performance we've just done for the first release from the Blackpool batch. It's Horoscope by Chris Congreave. We're going to show you the live performance, then come back and we'll discuss a bit more about it.
Right, these are all mixed up. I'm going to get you to choose a card or my thumb down there. Anyway you like, just call out stop for me.
Stop.
There, perfect. Have a look at that. It doesn't matter if I see it or not. Now, I actually brought with me, do you believe in like horoscopes and that kind of stuff?
Kind of, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm a typical Capricorn. I think it's a load of rubbish. But I've actually got out of a magazine at home. Right, I bought a page in, right, out of a magazine, and it's got all the horoscopes on here and everything. What star sign are you?
Aries.
Aries, okay. So this is, tell me if this sounds like you. Self-assertive, sometimes bold, cloaking deep insecurity with boldness. Aries is always up for an adventure. Does that sound a bit like you?
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay. Now the reason I mention all this is each star sign has got a lucky playing card. For example, Libra, it's the King of Spades, Scorpio,
Okay.
it says Eight of Diamonds and so on. And according to this, it says that your lucky card is the Queen of Diamonds. What card did you pick? Now that's weird. Now this is the next thing. This is even more weird, right? Because I actually made a prediction and I placed it in here before I came over from a different pack, and that was the Queen of Diamonds. But the really weird thing, right, Rachel, I didn't just predict what card that you were going to choose. I also predicted what star sign you are as well.
Oh my god. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Now, you've just seen live performance for Horoscope. The reactions on this are really strong. We actually underestimated
Yeah, when I
the
first
reactions with this effect.
when I first came up with this, I wasn't expecting the reactions that I got when I performed it in the real world, especially to ladies, really.
Yeah.
Now there's two ways of performing this trick. If you saw us at the Blackpool, the chances are you saw the other way of performing it, which is a more light-hearted sort of comedy type effect using the horoscopes. So you do a comedy, you do a serious reading, and then you do something that's a bit funny and it blows it off as a gag and stuff. The nice thing is that the presentation and everything is built in for you already. It's already written down. All you've got to do is read it from there. So this has been professionally designed for us by Steve Rowe. Thanks, Steve. And basically, it looks like a page from a magazine. And then on the other side, as well, you've got the elephant in Denmark trick. Okay, so yeah, the reactions. And when we filmed the live performances for the DVD, the reactions were great, weren't they?
Yeah, no, they were really strong.
So hopefully people are, quite a few working magicians bought this off us at Blackpool. Hopefully people are going to like it.
It's a tricky, it's a worker's trick, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Well, I use it, yeah.
It's not a packet trick where you just have on you and just there's a lot of scope with this.
Horoscope.
With I'm trying to avoid coughing at the moment, so I'm losing my words. But yeah, it's really strong. You get everything that you need to actually perform this effect.
Yep. You need to add some cards to it.
You need to add some cards. You get various other gimmicks.
Yes, you do.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what we will do as well is you get two of these. One's the serious version, and one's the jokey type version.
Yeah.
With this, you get each star sign has got a particular prediction.
Yes.
So if you pre-order this, you will get another set of these, which won't be available separately for a while.
So you can do the trick again.
And change the outcome.
Yeah.
And we'll give that as a
bonus,
as a free bonus. And it's really difficult talking about your own releases. How everyone believes that whatever they release is a strong product. So we leave it at that. We're going to try and put the official trailer towards the end of this. If it's not ready yet.
Yeah, well, hopefully you're going to like it. So anyway, yeah, that's Horoscope by some bloke. Hope you like it.
Changeling.
Yes, by Marc Lavelle and Martin Rowland. Should we have a look at the trailer first, and then we'll talk about it?
We'll show you an official trailer because
you're not going to believe your eyes with this one.
Well, Clever Clogs here. I made up a gimmick yesterday and I forgot it at home. So we have to show you an official trailer and then we go into detail discussing this.
There is no magic more powerful, more emotional, than something that happens in a spectator's hand. This is the Changeling. going to put your note in the glass, okay? And I want you to put one hand here and one hand just here. And I want you to push nice and tight and bring your hands down to here just so you're not going to bang into the table here. In a second, you're going to shake that glass up and then down, okay? Just going to move your hands to about there, up and down, and yeah, like that. Are you ready? Okay, but nice sharp movement. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Okay, Carl, if you can hold your hand out for me. Brilliant. Put the 5 just there. I want you to close your hand up for me.
Okay.
Did you feel anything happen?
Not yet. No.
Open your hand up. And that's when you end up with the 10.
That's so good!
Look at the wrist.
I've never had magic in my hand like that before. That's the best thing I've ever seen.
Thank you very much.
I felt the magic, like it was like in my hands.
Can a bill change be any more visual than this?
Nope.
It can't, can it?
In a spectator's hand as well. You know, you can do it in a spectator's hand. Marc's really had a great idea with this. It's fantastic.
I first saw this when we did the John Coe lecture.
Yes.
We were all outside and he did it a couple of times. The first time I had to do the double take because I thought...
Where was I? Why did I miss it?
Yeah, well, you never came back from the hospital yet.
Oh, right.
So I think it was just before
Missed
you
it.
came back.
Got you.
And I thought something else happened to what I actually saw, but I did see a bill change, and it's very visual. And the great thing is, you can do it in a spectator's hand.
I've seen it done in a spectator's hand, and I mean, it does take a little bit of management, but not a lot really, not any more than the normal effect does really. But it's so visual when that moment changes, and the gimmick is so cleverly thought out and well constructed, you cannot see it.
It's actually, you have to make the gimmick up.
Yes.
You have to invest some money into making the gimmick.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to change a 10 to a 5 or a 5 to a 10, you're going to need some...
You need 3 notes, don't you?
You need 3 notes. So if it's a 10 to a 5, you need 1 10 and 2 5s to make up the gimmick. However, when you do make a gimmick up, you're going to have it on you all the time, and you will be using this because
sit in your wallet, do it any time.
Absolutely.
That's the beautiful thing about it, isn't it? You bring it out of your wallet because that's where you keep your money. You know.
It takes about 15-20 minutes if you're really careful, and a bit slow 30 minutes.
It's a bit fiddly, or I haven't made one. I don't
It's
know.
not. If you could align things together, you can make the gimmick up really easily.
Yeah.
It took me less than 15 minutes, but then I'm making gimmicks all day long.
Right.
And aligning things is like second nature.
Of course.
It's not difficult, and it's a fantastic effect to have on you. It's very visual.
Well, a friend of mine, Lee Smith, who most of you will know, he does the 5 and 1 transpo anyway, and he's done it for a long time. So really, he swears by that trick anyway. And this is the same effect, but it's just kicking it up.
Yeah.
Several levels. It's so visual. So, well, for me, it gets the highest recommendation I can give it. It's really well thought out. It's really well made, and it's an excellent product.
No, it's great. And if you buy it from MagicTao, for the following week, we're going to throw in a free copy of Flash by Chris Webb.
Okay, cool. I thought you were going to say you'll throw in the notes to make it. Did you? Throw in free £20.
I'll have to charge you.
So, excellent. Well, Changeling,
highly recommended.
definitely
I haven't seen anything as visual as the Changeling for a while.
That's fantastic.
Well done.
Yeah, nice one. Nice work, Marc.
Multitude.
Multitude, yeah. Again, have a look at the official trailer, and we'll come back and talk about it in a second.
Hello and welcome to Multitude, a 100-year-old principle that will allow you to perform a multitude of self-working miracles. Christian, I'm going to ask you to say stop anytime you want. This is for you. You can have a look. You can show her your card also, but don't show me. Okay? And can you say stop again? Stop. And put it back? Perfect. So you said stop anytime to take your card, and you said stop anytime to put it back. So it's really fair. And on top of that, I'm going to shuffle the deck. And how many seconds do you give me to find your card? 3. That's a bit too long, so I'm just going to go like this. Okay? That's yours? For this one, I won't use the whole deck. That would be way too long. Maybe a big half of the deck. And I don't know, maybe. Are you happy here or you want more cards? No, you happy like this? Okay. So this is for you and this is for me. And of course, all the cards are different and shuffled. What I want you to do in a minute is just cut your pile, have a look at your card. You can show her, but don't show me. And then you put it back on top of yours. Okay? So I'm not looking. You can go. Cut anywhere you want. Have a look at your card, and then put it back on top. Perfect. Now on my pile, I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to take this card here and put it face up exactly here. I have a sense that's the right spot. So you have a mystery card on your side, and I have a mystery card on my side. So hopefully, if we go just with the fingertips one by one, you can see all the cards are shuffled and different. And we reach that spot when I put my card face down. It's exactly your card, correct? Yes. So this is a weird coincidence, because you could have selected any card from your pile, right? And you took the 2 of hearts, and I put mine exactly in front of it. What's really weird is you took the 2 of hearts, and I took the 2 of diamonds, so they're the only 2 cards matching in the deck.
Crazy.
Done here, it looks like I have only 13 cards here, and if you look here, also about 13 cards. Same here and same here. So we've been shuffling the deck a lot, and you said stop, and I reshuffled every time, and I was doing this blind while talking. So it would be really strange if I had all the hearts in one pile, all the clubs, and of course we would have all the spades here. And to finish, we'll have all the diamonds right here. And that's it.
That is impressive.
You've just seen an official trailer for Multitude by Vincent Hedan.
Yes. I really like this. I wasn't sure. When I watched it, I was thinking, not sure. You get a special pack of cards with this. Now what you do is you get a normal pack of cards as well that enables you to make up 2 packs.
Yeah.
So you've got a spare pack. And he's really thought about this. His work, you can tell he's clearly worked with this concept. And there's a dozen tricks on the DVD using this pack. So it's, I mean, some of them are really, really strong. There's some productions, there's some mentalism, prediction type routines, and the best thing is they're all really, really easy to do.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I saw one effect and I thought that's really nice. I would perform that.
Yeah.
And I said to Chris, I go to him. They're saying it's a 100-year-old principle, and it's this. That was actually half right, half wrong.
Yeah.
It's really well thought out, the routines with it. It's not really something you would have anyway.
No.
I've never had one of these.
I have. Lots of often. I've explored using that principle.
Yeah, you've explored it, but
it's
it's not something a magician would have in their arsenal.
No.
You would have gimmick decks and stuff, but not this particular one in general.
No.
So you are getting something that is not really common, but when you put this thing together, the routines with it is really, really strong. And it's easy to do.
There's some good stuff, there's some really nice stuff. And the nice thing about it is, of course, you know, you can, once you put this together and you start looking at the principles that he's talking about, because, I mean, he says on the DVD, it was explored in a magazine, and he says it was just a couple of chapters, and nobody really, until recently, Tamaris and Michael Webber and a couple of others have picked it up and explored it, and he's done as well. So he's in good company, and there's some really nice ideas there.
Yeah,
and it's definitely, you know, it'll set you off down that path, and you'll come up with your own ideas as well.
Well, that's it. Even though it's advertised as a 100-year-old principle, doesn't mean that it's been thoroughly worked on.
No, it hasn't.
And it hasn't, because I don't know that much material using this. Okay, we know of the old of a classic, which is not the same anyway, but no, it's really well thought out. He's taken using this a step further.
You'll fill people with this, and you'll fill magicians with this as well.
Absolutely.
If that's what you're into, filming magicians. So for me, it's worth picking up because you get the pack with it. You get 12 routines that you can go out and perform pretty much straight away. And also it gives you a few tips, handling tips and stuff, and it'll get you off exploring other things using that principle. So
no, it goes into detail without a doubt, and it's really well done.
Well filmed, well put together product. So yeah, I really like it. Would recommend it.
Well done, Vincent. Now this week's Q&A was, what is the best performance of magic you ever saw? So Chris, what is the best performance of magic you ever saw?
For me, it was Fred Capps doing the homing card. It's absolutely wonderful. It's everything that I love about magic. You watch him doing that routine, and not only is his technical ability perfect, it's his acting. It's the whole, you know, it's magic's happening around him and he doesn't quite know why. His facial expressions, the finish at the end, you listen to the audience's reaction. It's wonderful.
Highly recommend everyone go on YouTube to have a look at it.
Track it down. It is the one you're going to say in a moment. I love as well. But for me, and interestingly, both Dutch magicians as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for me, Homing Card by Fred Capps is absolutely wonderful.
Well, mine is, and I saw this live at one of the Top Secret days by Gary Young in Milton Keynes.
Okay.
And I can never forget it. It was beautiful, theatrical, and it was Tommy Wonder's watch ring and wallet routine.
It's brilliant.
It's fantastic.
It's one of the best openers ever, isn't it? When he rips that envelope up.
I couldn't believe it.
You're like, what?
It's like not possible. When he explains it, you think to yourself,
but
genius.
I mean, yeah, the whole hook up and everything, you know, just for that 1-2 second payoff.
Yeah.
But when he says it was back on my wrist and the money's back in my wallet, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 2 Dutch masters there really.
There's a lot of good magic from.
We've got a lot of answers, so let's get stuck into them.
Let's start with Andy Nichols. For a performance that ticks the boxes of being entertaining and a strong effect, performed exceptionally well, I think I'd have to go with Tommy Wonder's watch to box routine. That's another great effect by Tommy Wonder.
Do you know, I don't think I've ever seen that.
He's done that on the same event as well.
I mean, his card box, he's a wonderful routine, isn't he? You know, when you see that card dropping out of the box at the end, fantastic. Ian Moran, Harry Blackstone Jr. doing the floating light bulb.
Baz the Magician, same as me, Tommy Wonder's wallet ring and watch. Paul Gordon's, I read it word for word. He says, best performance as opposed to trick has to be Harry Lorraine entertaining with a pack of cards when on top form. So exciting. And or Pendragon's Metamorphosis.
That is amazing, isn't it, when you see them do it?
And they are so fast.
But I mean, literally, it seems to take ages going up, and then it drops, and she's gone.
Yeah.
Whoosh, fantastic. Yeah.
And Tom Mullica, JC Wagner doing that again.
Tom Mullica's napkin eating and smoking routine He's one of the most entertaining pieces of magic you'll ever see, isn't he? When you see him throwing them cigarettes into his mouth, it's absolutely superb. I haven't seen any of his red skeleton stuff, have you?
No, I haven't. Again, Rob Newson. I saw Shooter go at Blackpool 2010 and he was brilliant. He just made magic look like magic. Still have his wand routine and thimble routine on my favourite DVD to watch. And he goes, Tommy Wonder is just a brilliant entertainer.
John Allen, 2 words, Jan Frisch. Jan Frisch comes up quite a few times later, actually. Craig Frith. Now this goes back to what I was talking about with Fred Capps, magic happening around them and to them. Craig Frith says Cardini doing his drunk act. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I have.
And he's trying to throw the cigarettes away and they keep coming back. And he's, it's wonderful. It's the same kind of thing. Yeah.
Sean McCree, best performance. Again, he's drawn to Caps, the Caps act. It was perfect and identical every time I saw it. Although I do have a soft spot for Lance Burton too, also perfection. Oh, and Jeff McBride doing the mask act. The mirror thing was brilliant. And Jan Fritsch too, spectacular. Oh,
Lance Burton. You ever seen Lance Burton when he does the egg routine? The egg bag? I mean, that's just it's, you know.
You can understand how why some of these people earn so much money.
Well, I mean, the egg bag, it's something that, you know, most family entertainers would have played with or done it. So you watch him doing it, it's just magical, isn't it? You know. Like when I saw, do you remember seeing Rick Thomas at Blackpool a few years ago when he got that kid out of the audience? I mean, it's just wonderful. Fritz with a Z, hi Fritz. Jan Frisch again. Yu Ho Jin and Fred Capps on Dutch TV.
John O'Riordan, perhaps lit on by new members on the wonderful road of magic, but for me it was witnessing the magic of Eric Mason in the Marlborough Arms in the 80s. Another fantastic magician.
Eric Mason, yeah, blast from the past there on his own.
Tom Jester Mullinger. As a child I watched David Copperfield walk through the Great Wall of China. That stayed with me ever since. As an adult, Michael Vincent performing on Full Lust series, one inspired me to learn magic. As a magician, watching Luke Jamay perform was amazing.
Okay, Aidan Heritage, Blackstone doing the light bulb, saw it live at Eastbourne and still memorable to this day.
It's great, even though I've watched it on TV and a few other places.
Yeah, when it floats out into the audience.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
It would have been an amazing experience witnessing it live, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like that again, going back to Rick Thomas when he did the Flying Azra.
Oh yeah, that was incredible. That was spectacular. Andrew Lewis, one of my first Blackpools I went to had a black art act, Omar Pasha. It blew me away and still is now my favourite magic act I've seen. It's several times now and never get tired. Have you seen Omar Pasha?
No.
It's a great black art.
Black art's brilliant.
But then again, Mark Oberon, not Michael Oberon, has got a fantastic
yes. Yeah.
The show very similar.
Yeah. Gary Jones, Cap's homing card, agrees with me, and Gary Kurtz, Jumbo Coin Routine, Flurious. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
That's amazing, yeah. Poetry in motion, as Gary says.
And last one is Mike Donahue, sorry. Paul Partassi on Paul Daniels' show performing Tony Restored Newspaper and pickpocketing.
I've got his book, Paul Partassi, there's some great stuff in there.
I don't think I've ever read any of his.
Yeah, lovely stuff in there. Well, thanks everybody for taking part. Had some great responses this week.
It just reinforces how strong some of the old classics still are.
Interesting that nobody mentioned Cups and Balls. There wasn't a lot of close-up magic mentioned there, was there? But if you think about it, there everybody's mentioned that it's all stand-up routines.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, the thing is, I could have mentioned Paul Daniels' chop cut routine, but it doesn't beat my Tommy Wonder experience.
No.
So it still doesn't mean it's not good.
But what I'm saying is everybody, I think,
Heller's Goldfish Illusion Bowl is one of my favourite things to see.
But almost everything, without exception, has been stand-up type magic, which is interesting, because most of the people who've replied, fact, all of the people who've replied are close-up magicians.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing. Anyway, thanks for taking part, and we'll be setting a question for next week on social media. Thank you.
This week's Blast from the Past is Hare Raising Hats by Paul Hallas. Let's watch a live performance we did earlier, and we'll come back and discuss it.
Right, so a quick trick using 4 cards. Now these aren't normal cards, okay? The magician's cards, they've got magic hats on. In fact, yeah, they've all got magician's hats on. So what do you normally find inside a magician's hat?
A rabbit.
No, a magician's head. No, you're right, it's a rabbit, Look, if I reach inside there like that, you pull a rabbit out. Yeah. And he's from inside there. Yeah, you've got the rabbit. We're doing it, I'll try it again. Okay, so if I just reach inside the hat like this and pull out the rabbit like that, you see. It's weird, isn't it? And look, there's nothing in between them. Like this, and you just reach inside like that and you pull a rabbit out. So that leaves me with four hats, and I've only got 3 rabbits. So look, if I just do this, right, one of the hats disappears. So that leaves each rabbit
That's brilliant.
with a hat to live in. But you see, they go and live inside these hats like this, okay? And then eventually they go out and get themselves girlfriends, and they've got a lovely place to live. So once they've got their girlfriend in there, that's when all the kids come along, you see. And then you get the little rabbits with their little families.
Oh, that's really good.
Thank you.
Now, I've just seen a live performance. I've never seen this effect. I've sold a few. We took this off the shelf to have a look at. It's been around for a long time. You can tell how long it's been out because it's been produced by Headed Magic back in the days. It's really good.
It's excellent. Like I said at the start of the show, if you perform at a family restaurant, or if you do any close-up magic where there's kids around, which basically is anybody who does weddings, anybody who does private house parties, anybody who works in restaurants, you're going to come across children. They're going to love this. And also, if you're doing it for adults, you can fruit it up a little bit, can't you?
No, absolutely. I should try to.
Not really, did I? It's a little bit cheeky, I suppose. But it's so visual when that rabbit comes out of the hat.
That's my favourite part, that is.
It looks great. So, yeah, I mean, Paul, if you don't know Paul Hallas, he's moved to the States now. Hello, Paul. I'm not sure if you watch this show or not, but Paul's the king of the packet tricks.
Yeah.
He's wrote Small and Deadly, and Still Small and Deadly, I think, and loads of other stuff. You know, and his work is really good. Actually, I've bought a few things off him in the past, but this is I've never seen it before. For some reason, it's slipped under my radar. But I'm going to be picking this up and doing this. Something you carry around, put it in your pocket. If there's children there, you can do it. It's excellent.
It's easy to do as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an hours accounts. It's just all hours accounts. That's it. So yeah,
that's great.
It's great.
Fantastic.
Nice
great blast from the past. Before we leave, just a recap on a couple of things. We've been working, well, we always work hard, but we've been looking at some very interesting products lately.
We have, yeah.
We've got a couple of new things on the go.
Yes.
And in the pipeline, which are quite exciting.
Definitely, actually, yeah. There's one that I've been using. And it's been going down great. Can't say too much yet, but it's been going down great. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that should be a good one. And you playing with one yesterday, which again is really, really clever.
Yeah, I can't remember. What was that?
Codec.
Oh yes. Oh no, I do like.
We're
that.
actually working on 3 yesterday.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that codec. This is going to be great when this comes out. It's basically, it's going to be something that you can put in your wallet. And it'll enable you to reveal a thought of card. It's really cool. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. The other one I'm not going to mention just yet, but I've been having some fun with this. So the anagram this week is Twitching Teases. Okay, and it's a trick. That's all I'm going to say. It's a trick.
Yep, that's all we can say. Also, don't forget John Allen lecture, 22nd of April.
22nd of April, will be there. And Costas will get the beers in.
Yep, and well, my license doesn't allow it, but who knows what happens behind the scenes. And
What happens
also,
in the table?
if you buy Changeling, you get a free flash by Chris Webb. And for this week, and on adios, ciao, cheerio.
To roar a bit.
Aye.